It's Thursday, August 30th. I'm Wayne Moore. This is Evening Update. At the top of the news, RCMP have now released 4 people involved in an incident where shots were fired in Kettle Valley Wednesday night. The 4 were shooting at targets in the hills above the Upper Mission, where 2 people in the area called police. They were concerned about their safety. Corporal Jesse O'Donoghue says the 4 were released when it was determined that they were in lawful possession of the firearms. Police continue to investigate. More shots fired this time at a busy downtown shopping mall in Toronto. Shoppers of the Yorkdale Shopping Centre scurried for cover as police searched for 2 suspects. Witnesses say they heard 2 shots when people started to scramble. No one was injured in the shooting. The mall will remain closed for the balance of the day. As wildfires continue to burn timber at a record pace in the province, the BC Wildfire Service notes the human impact has been much less. Provincial Fire Information Officer Kevin Skrepnik says the cost of fighting fires this year is about $75 million less than this time a year ago. There have also been fewer structures burned and fewer people have been evacuated. Lower temperatures and higher humidity of late helping firefighters' efforts to bring blazes under control. One of the 2 men charged in the 1986 death of Vernon mother Saminder Kaur Bogar has had his arraignment pushed back to September 20th. Paramjit Bogar, 57, has been charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Saminder. His brother Narinder Bogar is co-accused and is facing the same charges. Police across the country will be trained over the next couple of weeks on new equipment to test for drivers impaired by marijuana. On Monday, Justice Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould gave the green light to a new roadside test. The Dragger Drug Test 5000 is the first saliva screening equipment to be used by law enforcement to test for THC. The machine will indicate when a drug is present in the body so that further investigation can be carried out. As the country nears the October 17th for legalization of recreational cannabis, municipalities and institutions scrambling to establish new policies. Both UBC and Okanagan College are in the process of doing that for their respective campuses. Officials with both institutions say they are working on policies. OC spokesman Alan Coyle says consumption of cannabis won't be allowed on campus, but says campus residences could be a different matter. He says it's something they're trying to clarify. The controversial Cornerstone shelter in downtown Kelowna won't continue operating past the end of March next year. The 80-bed shelter, which opened in November of last year, was extended to the end of March, and there were fears it had been extended for a further 3 years. The province says that's not the case. It says many of the 80 residents will be relocated to 2 supportive housing complexes scheduled for completion later this fall. One of Vernon's best-known hotels is getting a new name, simply known as The Lodge. The Vernon Lodge and Conference Centre on 32nd Street will be called the Prestige Vernon Lodge and Convention Centre as of September 1st. Prestige Hotels and Resorts purchased the property in 2016. City of Penticton gearing up for another round of community engagement on the redevelopment of its official community plan. More than 1 year after the city formed a citizen task force to guide the creation of the new OCP, the city is now ready to unveil draft policies and land use plans for feedback. Lake Country voters will be asked if they want to fund a new Firehall when they go to the polls in October. The referendum, part of the civic election ballot, will ask residents to approve the borrowing of up to $6.6 million for a new Firehall and administration building in Winfield. Okanagan weather, sunshine, clouds, some rain throughout the long weekend. Highs expected in the low 20s. Coming up tonight and tomorrow, the Finchery Queen turns 50, and we'll tell you where you may be able to buy non-medical cannabis in the central Okanagan after October 17th. It's not a long list. For details on these and the rest of the day's news, keep it here at castanet.net. For Castanet News, I'm Wayne Moore.